Welcome back to In Herself Podcast,
where we talk about faith, family, finance, and friendship.
So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms.
And make sure to turn your notifications on to be notified whenever we post new content. Now straight to the episode.
Hey guys.
Now you supposed to sing. Welcome back, welcome back. Get on beat.
That was a little off. I promise I sing in real life. It's like get on the... Was the one or the two?
It was the welcome. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
That's embarrassing.
It is. Because
anyway.
you think we're not musically inclined.
Welcome back.
What's our jingle?
We don't have a jingle.
We need a jingle. Y'all submit jingles for us.
So we can go in the studio and record it.
It had to say welcome back in it. In herself.
Don't start that.
Oh, no.
Don't start. I'm not in the mood.
Why?
I'm not in the mood.
Why not?
Because we don't sing on the podcast. This is the time to just talk.
You want to be regular.
We sing all the time.
We don't, though.
Yes, we do.
We can have an intro. In herself, she is love.
Okay. Well, you write it, and I'll get in the studio and do the VGVs.
That's so ghetto. Anyway, how you doing?
I am good.
I sound like Wendy.
How you doing? Oh,
shout out
no,
Wendy.
No. Anyway, how are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
It's December.
It is December. It is holiday season.
It is bill paying season.
Well, it's the beginning of the month. That's why.
That's why I said it's December.
Yeah.
You went Christmas shopping?
I'm done.
What?
I'm done.
You're done?
I'm completely don't have another gift to buy.
I am not done.
Yeah.
I'm not even a third of the way finished.
Well, Christmas tomorrow. I don't play them type of games. If I need to return, if I need to go back, if somebody pissed me off, I need to get a gift back to somebody else. I need to make sure.
Well, see, I have a lot of kids.
You sure do.
So,
but I do that. I'm TT of the year, so everybody is taken care of.
Okay, you got them other TTs out there that
don't got nothing to do with
Tiffany
me.
and Taya.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna be like, she said she TT of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm not finished yet. But I have started. I do know what I'm buying. I just haven't really pressed go. Yet. And then I had a long conversation with the kids this morning too, saying, hey, so here's the thing. You're going to have presents, but the expensive ones is contingent on these grades getting put up.
I get it.
So.
I get it.
Because Santa Claus is me. Don't have your kids watching it while we on it, because I'm telling you, Santa Claus.
Like, put a disclaimer.
Santa Claus is me. I'm sorry, I'm Mrs. Claus.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, So what's your word? This is how we're going to start this going forward. We had this conversation before we started recording today, and I want to know, what is your word of, do you have a word of the day? Like when you wake up in the morning, we pray and we meditate. Is there a word that drops in your spirit that you can kind of focus on? I know we have word of the year, right? But do you have a word that you focus on for that day?
I think it varies from day to day. But today is either speak up. This is not a word, right? It's a phrase. Speak up when needing to speak up, or shut up when you need to shut up. And I know that's very harsh, oh my gosh, it's that deep, but it is.
Which do you lean toward?
I definitely lean towards more of I need to speak up.
Because I'm the opposite.
Right.
100%.
The polar, right? The polar opposites.
You are north and south, east and west. It's completely different.
But I only got to that but I only got to that revelation because, quick story, I was already trying to explain this to you, but I went to the nail salon yesterday to get my nails done. And they were doing my nails, and I said, okay, this not looking how I would want it to look.
We're going to drop a before and after picture, and that's what
it's embarrassing to even show them, right?
You got to take a picture of it.
And when she got done, they were walking me to the front, and I looked down at my nails, and I was like, I don't like this. And typically, I would say, okay, here's your money, and I'll leave, and I'll complain, talk about it later. But then that moment, I said, no, say something. So I said, I don't like it. So I went back and I sat down for them to redo it. And it was such a rush job that it ended up worse. So when I got to the front, I said, I really don't want to do this, sir. Because I was coaching myself through. I said, but I'm not paying for this. So we have two options. I can either come back tomorrow and you can take them off and I'm not paying for it.
Ooh, ultimatum.
Or right now, you can give me my money back. So either way, I'm not paying for it. And that just gave him two options. And he said, well, I'll give you your money back and you can keep the nails. Granted, I don't like the nails, but the point of that was the old me wouldn't have said anything. And so I called my mom and she said, what?
Good for you.
Yeah, not you speaking up. But then she read to me and said, but you don't know how to shut up. And I said, I said, Lord, you got to give me a little bit of revelation on that because I don't know what that means. And so when in my prayer time, he said, daughter, when it's time for you to talk, you don't. But when it's time for you to listen, you just be talking. You don't know how to be quiet. And I said, so that means I don't know when the right timing. Because timing is everything. You could talk, yes. If your point is valid and it's your time to speak, go ahead. When it's time for you to shut up and listen, you got to do that too.
So in that moment when you were trying to decide if you were going to say something, what was that process for you? Because again, and I'm gonna speak on how we completely different,
right?
But what made you decide and say, okay, I'm gonna say something this time? Like, what was so different about now?
Honestly, I had my child with me. I think that was the difference. It was when it's about me, because I have this mentality. If it's just me, all right, so be it. It is what it is. But now I'm a different level of an example. And I said, the me that don't shut up could possibly turn up in here, and that's not a good look, right? The me that is quiet all the time shows her you don't like something and you don't say it.
Which is something that she's actually struggling with right now at school.
Right.
That's good.
So I said, okay, she's standing right here and she sees my face. She said, you don't like your nails, do you? What are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to say something about it. Now, she just said nothing else after that. All she was doing was observing and watching me. Because if she tells me, go to that school and act right, and if you're going to speak up, make sure it's you saying what you're supposed to do correctly, and she go in this place and she cut up, she a contradiction. And that I shall not be with raising another human. No.
Which is what we were just talking about a couple episodes ago about children don't do what you tell them to do. They do what they see you doing.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. Look at her growing you up too.
Come on now. And so I said, it's not just about the nails. This is a life lesson.
Yes. See, for me, because I ran this scenario down because you told me this before we got on this podcast, but I ran this scenario down in my head. And the reason why I asked you was like, so what was it for you that like made you speak up this time? And that's good that you said it was her, because for me, I have to decide. I'm going to war all the time.
Right. So
I'm like, okay, so this is a battle. Do you want this to go to a war state, or do you want this to just be what it is? If it's going to be a battle, I'm going to leave it alone, because then I don't do small potatoes. If I'm going to speak up for something, I'm ready. I have time today. Okay, I want you to understand. If I let something go, I ain't even. It's like,
right.
And I also said too, when I wake up in the morning, I have a certain amount of energy that I have to get through in these 24 hours. And I don't want to waste 75% of my energy on something that is not worth it when I need that 75 and I only got 25 left. It's like I don't wasted all of this on this lady in the store who just said something slick out of her mouth, when now I'm in negotiations, or now I'm in the meetings, or now I got to really go to war for something and I don't even have it no more because I don't wasted it on you. So my thought process in that whole scenario was like, number one, I'm paying for this. So I got time for anything that my financial bank account got to swipe for.
Right.
You're not going to ever give me something that I'm not satisfied with and I had to pay for it. So in the process, that's why I think for me, like, you probably sit up there and you waited for the nails to be done.
Right.
See, I'm watching and I'm going to say, can you please, because I've been through this too many times. So I'm not about to repeat, which I was just talking to your brother, my husband, about this a couple days ago, about when the Lord was telling me, what have you learned? I will never, ever, ever forget. Makai had to be like 2 years old. And I was packing up my apartment, get ready to move. I want to say back in with my mom or somewhere, and I'm in there and I'm kind of crying, going through a little bit. And so I almost got evicted. Didn't get evicted because we went to court and I was able to catch up, whatever. That never got on my record. But it was the same cycle over and over again. Holy Spirit kept saying, what did you learn? And I'm like, not trying to get an attitude, but I hear you saying, what did you learn? But what am I supposed to learn? Like, what does that even mean? And his simple instructions were, if you don't learn what I'm trying to teach you or the circumstance you're in, you're going to keep going through this same cycle over and over again. There's a reason. There's a why to this. What have you learned? Not only that for you, but if you have not learned, you cannot teach.
Come on.
Because how are you going to teach something that you have not obtained and got a full understanding of? And it also, I'll take it a step further. What you have learned, it does not stop there. Another conversation that we were talking about earlier. Life is like math. It literally, you cannot learn how to multiply until you learn how to add and subtract.
Come on.
You can't learn about calculus until algebra. You can't learn about statistics. And here's the thing, these colleges and students and these that go to high school, you can't take one class before another one.
You can't jump.
It's called a prerequisite. How are you going to talk about patience and peace and understanding when you haven't passed the first thing about keeping your mouth closed?
Yeah.
It's math. When you learn that, you use that as a building block for the next level. And God is not a God that will promote you past your last level of accomplishment.
Yeah. I think because my issue is I wait to the last minute to then speak up, right? So like you said, we're using the nail situation very loosely, but this is such a life lesson. You watch the process. You watch it go wrong. You watch it go wrong again. You say, oops, I should have said something because it probably wouldn't have went that far. Then you get to the counter when it's time to pay. And then you say, I don't like it, which then turns into another level of confrontation. Because now this man saying you done sat there all this time and now you don't like it.
And I could have fixed it while you were getting it done. So you have a two-edged sword. But also, sometimes we're used to other people fighting our battles for us. Sometimes we're used to your big sister, your big brother, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, somebody to speak up for you so that you like, well, I'm not confrontational. I don't have to be, but my mama is, or my dad is, or I'm going to deal with it, but I'm going to get my big brother. The only way you do that for is the one who fights for us is the Lord. That's the only one that should be fighting, but we fighting each other amongst each other instead of really going to the Lord. When we supposed to be passive, we don't.
Yeah.
That's why I said for me, it's the opposite. I have to say, okay, we're not going to do this today. Is this really worth it? I live on now, pick your battles. That thing rang in my head so much. When my mama first said it, I was like, what is she talking about? But the older you get, the more experience that you have, as the old people say, the more you keep waking up in the morning, you find that it's not that serious.
Yeah. Peace
is so expensive. Peace of mind is so expensive. I don't have time to waste it on you. I'm not giving you that. And you going home to go to sleep. Another thing we do too is we have to realize people's mental states when we're dealing with them outside of your household. We were also sharing sometimes because you do value relationships, friendships, mother, daughter, husband, wife, you won't go to war with them because you like, I got to wake up next month with you, but you really pissed me off. I really want to, but I'm going to hold on to it. Not really good because you really should be talking it through, but you just going to be like, whatever. So now you went to the racetrack, you went to Publix, and the lady came out. She didn't even see you. You honking your horn cussing.
Yeah.
Not because you mad at what she did. You're mad because you was upset with your spouse.
At home. That lady didn't do nothing. That ain't even your parking spot. You don't own that parking spot. That is not your cart. And you mad and she done got the wrath or he done got the wrath of it all. But here it goes. It's a communication error. If you shut up, you can listen. And when it's your time to speak, then you speak. You asked me earlier, when do you know? I said, I don't think I know. You said, no, you do. I said, well, it's the Holy Spirit. It's a hope in your spirit. But what we do is ignore it. For me, when I don't shut up, I'm ignoring it.
Yeah.
I'm getting pinched all over. Angels is like, baby, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. And I'm just going. And when it's time for me to speak up, I'm getting pushed to speak and I'm not saying anything because I don't like confrontation. But when confrontation occurs, I'm going to give it all I got. And that is an error, a red flag.
Because we feel like we're here now. When you already, again, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, principalities, rulers of darkness, wickedness in high places. And so because of that, we forget that what we see, there are some things that we cannot see that's antagonizing what you see. Yep. And so I'm fighting what I can see, not knowing that there's a spirit behind you that's really antagonizing both of us because he don't like none of us. If you really want to be honest, he does not like. So how do you know? That question I asked you, and I'm like, how do you know? We both acknowledge and said, it's in our prayer time. It's in our war room. It's when you get before the Lord and say, okay, Lord, let me get myself, put some oil on my head. I'm a sheep so that the flies and the larva that is leaving, trying to leave in the spiritual realm, it falls off of me. Mm-hmm. So I'm not wrestling through this thing. I'm literally humbly pausing, pondering, as our pastors say.
And praying.
Then you proceed.
Give it a second.
Let it sit in there for a second. Let it marinate a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're such in a rush. No, I gotta be. The Lord been dealing with me about that, being late. Get up earlier. Get up on time. You can get there on time. But you know me, when I get to a place, I want it to be going already.
Right.
I don't want to sit and wait because now I got to wait 15 minutes. Now you got to wait for somebody else. Now it's 30 minutes. Now I could have been, my mind thinks like that. It's always like, no, when I get there, we need to be already up and running.
Right.
Instead of it being, no, get here on time so that you have the power of networking, the power of getting to know people. You get to know people more 10 minutes before anything starts than you would ever from on top of a podium or standing before them. Like getting to know people. Networking is powerful.
Yeah. Being around people and just stopping for a second. Because we talked about that too, just slowing down for a minute. No, hurry up and get there for you.
Hurry up and don't do that.
Don't do that. Hurry up and get there when you get there. Don't be antsy. Slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be in the moment. We were just sharing that too. Like, I took a deep breath because it's like, just be present. Mm-hmm. Just be present. Sometimes I look at my kids, I'm like, dang.
How did you get a
4
deep voice and tall? When did that happen?
Because our goals and our everything in life is, I'm trying to get here. Where is here? Mm-hmm. Where is there? And when you get there, it's always going to be something else that you got to get to now or to maintain it.
Come on. You miss all the steps to maintain.
It's like
you rush to get there.
You know a good example? Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A closed every Sunday.
Because they rest.
They said, I don't care. And they proved to the world that taking a Sabbath, they were number one ahead of McDonald's. Mm-hmm. And McDonald's was open prior to COVID, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and they still superseded them because they said our product is good, but rest is important.
Yeah.
Pausing is important.
Then you're going to miss something. It's like a kid that won't take a nap.
Don't they call that FOMO?
Please don't ask me that.
Because I think they call it FOMO. It's fear of missing out.
Okay.
You have FOMO syndrome where you are afraid of missing out. So you have to be there. You have to get there. You can't rest. You're anxious, anxiety. I don't want to go to sleep. I ain't going to sleep till everybody go to bed. I'm tired. I've been up 12 hours, but I'm going to stay here because I don't want to miss out. You might be getting with cookies and I'm going to miss. Like kids have it. Adults have it. It's a thing.
Yeah.
You are afraid. On social media, you scrolling every 5 minutes because, the news. I miss something. Back up. That's one of the reasons why we took a sabbatical from social media. I don't care what you guys are doing. Mm-mm. I don't want to care what you guys are doing. I want to be in the moment of my family, of my life, meaning who is important to me, who is in my sphere, my circumference, my arm's reach. That's who I care about. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you good? Like, look, here's a difference. I'm on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey sis, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
You good? You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So, yesterday, I never looked up.
Yeah.
If I was put this down for 1 second,
Intentional,
and look into your soul, how are you?
You would see that I'm not okay.
I can tell you're not okay.
Yep.
I can hear in your tone. I'm connecting with you.
Mm-hmm.
Not just in friendship, husbands, wives.
Most importantly, that.
Yes. I even found on a game or checking social media, Lord was like, put it down.
Yeah.
Back up and be in the moment.
Slow down.
When you're on vacation, our day-to-day life consists of schedules, times, doing, running, going, picking up, cooking. When you are on vacation, it's okay to do
nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do that slow.
Right.
Because when you leave here, you're going back to hustle and bustle. It's okay
to slow down.
And you know what? You have a lot more happier people. So that when you do say it's not confrontation, it then becomes communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
Confrontation means I'm in a rush and you ain't telling what I want to say. So we got time today. Mm-hmm. Communication is, okay, so you know how you're doing this shape. I really would prefer XYZ. And see, you on mellow mode too. Mm-hmm. So you know what, sweetie, no problem. This is my job. This is what I get paid to do. Yeah. You're sitting in my seat giving me your hard-earned money. Okay, can you show me what you're talking about? I'm sorry, I'm new. Or I'm sorry, we're getting ready to close in 30 minutes. Forgive my impatience. I have to pick up my child or what? Communication, not confrontation.
So interesting you say that because I specifically chose yesterday because I know I didn't have anything to do after that, right? And he specifically asked me, you don't have anywhere to go? I don't have time to do your, like you have time to get your nails redone? Now, to piggyback off what you said, if I did have something to do, my response would have been a little bit different. No, I've slowed down, sir. No, I've made time for this. So my communication is going to be effective because this is what I made time for and I want to make sure that it's done right.
But he didn't.
In
his mind, I close at 7:30 and it's 7 or 6:45 and this is going, in his mind, because he's a professional, I know this is going to take 45 minutes and he had already planned in his mind, I'm leaving here at 7:25, not 7:30. Now you're interrupting my day. But sir, this is your job.
Yeah.
This is why your doors are open. And that one person you don't know who have access to thousands of people and you are not being professional.
Yeah. That's why the way you communicate wherever you go is so important because you don't know who you're speaking to.
You never know.
Outside of everybody being a child of God, right? You don't know who this person is connected to. Mm-hmm. You could open your mouth and you could say, it's easy for somebody to pick somebody. I seen a girl, she had this, and that. She looked like this, she looked like that. I know a girl that look like, we can do all the time. Oh, let me scroll. Oh. She got this business. I guess I won't give nobody to her if she act like that outside of here. Oh, she sing at this church. I guess I won't go there because you missing. Yes. Not you in the way of what God's trying to do because you don't know how to relax and communicate effectively.
Yeah. And sure, all of us have moments and days where we off. But if your moments and days is 5 days out of 7, it's like,
baby, that ain't a moment. That's your life. That's your life. Okay?
Yes.
I was just telling myself the other day, I said, I think you need to go to like anger management or something.
You need to go to anger management?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the Lord said, you just need to shut up. You just need to be quiet. Because you see how I say it's twofold for me? When I'm supposed to talk, I don't say nothing. When I'm supposed to, it's like heaven. In this situation, use patience and just slow down.
You know what I call that? Volcano syndrome. Mm-hmm. And that comes from not knowing how to properly communicate. Yeah. I should go to school to get my degree in communication.
Okay.
No, I'm saying it is, our prayer life is communication with God.
Yeah.
You need it in everything you do. You need it. Communication is 80% of the battle.
Yeah.
The other 20, the work, you can get the work done like this if you communicate. How many jobs have you been on? Well, if your job would have just said, if your manager would have just said to you what they were asking you to do properly, easy. You would not have wasted a whole day, a whole week doing something, and you turn it in and say, oh, this is not what I asked for. Yes, it is. Well, what I meant to say.
There we go. And you know how we do that in relationships all the time? This is what I meant to say. But if you pause to think about what you're going to say before you say it, there won't be no I meant to say.
And then it come from a pure place. Mm-hmm. That's the second fold to that. Is when you're communicating, what spirit are you operating in? Mm-hmm. When you said, are you agitated? Are you aggravated? Are you hostile? Are you passionate, as we like to say? Mm-hmm. Or are you talking with the intent for the person to truly understand? Yeah. If I come to you with that level of spirit of saying, hey, so I may not be the best at communicating, and I'm going to try to say this as best as I can and hear my heart. I just disarmed you.
Because I see you not coming.
I don't have my war clothes on.
Right.
I'm literally just saying my heart, I want you to understand where I'm coming from, like from a genuine place. And so if what I'm getting ready to say comes off sharp or it comes off, know that those are words, but I'm trying to convey what my heart is saying. And if you can help me convey this message, then we can walk a little bit farther than where we are. How can two walk together except they agree? You do it, you still walk slowly. So let's walk this out together. If a quarter of the world would just communicate better,
then we would be fine.
That's wrong with our leadership in the United States of America. Communication is poor. It comes off as an antagonist.
Yeah.
Causing division. So some of the stuff you saying, some people may agree with, but the way you said it, sir.
The way you said it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And sometimes it is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But can we all just, who is it? Can we all just get along?
I don't know who said it, but they ain't listen.
I want to say that was Rodney somebody, but I'm not sure.
Rodney. It was Rodney?
It was Rodney.
Lord Jesus. They ain't did Rodney dirty.
They did it wrong. I think it was Rodney that said that. But Lord have mercy. And we're in 2024 still saying, can we please just get along? Can we communicate? Can we just communicate effectively? And pick your battles. Does this next thing I'm getting ready to say to this person, is it going to take up a lot of my energy? You have 100%. It's like a battery on your phone. You wake up in the morning, you at 100%. Mm-hmm. You have to choose what is going to take you down to 10, 90, 95, 85. Because when you get ready to go to bed, I still want to halfway be on at least 51.
I want to be on green.
I don't want to be on red. I don't want to take that long for me to be recharged again. And my recharging is getting on my face before the Lord, praying every day. I want it to be easy for me to just, okay, we back up again. Yep. You done used 85% of your battery, your spiritual energy into foolishness. Yep. And some people out here to do that on purpose. Some people are doing that.
They wake up with a motive.
They wake up with the intention to deplete you of your energy. Mm-hmm. So you better be intentional about conserving your oil.
That's good.
Because you can't have none of mine. That was too soon. Okay, sorry.
It was good.
Ooh, okay.
So, as always, because we always got to do inner work before we go out in the world.
I'm trying to tell you.
Who? We. So in herself, she is loved.
Inside herself, she is beautiful. In herself, she is strong.
See you next week.
See y'all next week.
Inside herself.
You need help. Now she want to preach to God.